Welcome to the Concept Vibes channel, TikTok reaction show. Like, share, and subscribe for more. I just wanna let you know you're welcome to the Concept Vibes channel, TikTok reaction show. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Put your comments down below. Much love to all the viewers out of it, yo. This here is a TikTok reaction show.
Yo, y'all know what it is and who it be. It's your boy LED, and we finna get into some mind-tingling TikToks. If you like what I'm doing and I'm doing it well, do your boy a favor and hit that bell. Like, share, and subscribe for this, right? You ready? Let's go. Concept. Just more evidence that everything vibrates and creates its own tune to have its own part in the song of creation.
Watch this. So this is one of the more cooler things I've ever seen. Slim Gaillard is literally famous for being a jazz musician, pianist, singer, guitar player. He could basically do it all, and he added some comedy to it. He was born in 1916 and then passed away in 1991. I mean, this man was total music unpredictability. He could pretty much do anything. I mean, in this video, he's playing with the back of his hands, and at one point he puts his foot up there and starts playing. So truly talented, and was incredible at improvising on different instruments, just about with anything. I mean, I think he's even improvising on this piano here, just true talent. And his biggest hit is called, it's hard to pronounce, but it's Flat Foot Flugie, and that was a huge 1940s hit. And another big hit of his was called Cement Mixer. And the man wasn't super, mainstream famous, but most jazz musicians and just musicians overall, especially piano players, have probably heard of this guy.
What is he training for? Old school ain't playing.
So we're just gonna look over the fact that Jim Carrey does not look like Jim Carrey anymore. Now, Jim Carrey was on my list of people that I thought will never cross over to the bad side. But what happened to Jim Carrey? Because that face right there does not look like Jim Carrey's face.
My favorite funny face is the one I'm wearing right now.
I really need to ask, who is that right there? Now, we all know that Jim Carrey has always been on the good side of things. Hollywood blackballed Jim Carrey because he spoke out against the elites. So in my book, Jim Carrey will always be one of them ones. But that face right there is not the same face that we've seen on Jim Carrey. This is the same Jim Carrey that was putting people on game about the Illuminati before people started talking about the Illuminati. I have been watching Jim Carrey since the 90s in living color. I'm not trying to shit on Jim Carrey right now, but I need you to tell me if that looks like Jim Carrey. I need you to think about all of the celebrities that look different, act different. I need you to think about the fact that Jim Carrey's face was one of the things that played a big part in boosting his brand and getting him to where he was at. Facial expressions. His face doesn't look like it can make facial expressions. Again, it's just me. I'm out.
Nah, man. My boy Jim Carrey, he ain't did that willingly. They didn't kidnap my boy and did that. They remixed Jim Carrey forcefully. Real talk. That man somewhere, but whoever that is with that face, that ain't him.
True that there was a trap door in his house on the island that released to the sea.
Yeah, there's an image of it.
Okay,
in the files.
that's real.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen this image, I'm going to kind of just describe it. It's dark. It looks like it's just in the floorboard of a room, and you open it, and it's not like to a reef or anything like that, or with a ladder. It's just to darkness, to the sea. Of course, a lot of the allegations naturally are that was a way to dispose of people, things. You're done. It's off into the sea. It's an easy way. You don't have to ever leave the house. You're never going to get caught being seen in public. You're already in the house, and it's a way to dispose of things. I'm just gonna say, if I had ever had a mansion on an island on the water, I probably would do like an overwater hut, like the Maldives or something like that. I don't know that I would have a trap door in my dining room that just releases to the bottom of the ocean. Like, that feels a little weird. Yeah. But I'm not a billionaire, so I don't fucking know. But like, that's weird, right?
Everything's so weird. I mean, there was one image and they took it down, and I don't know why. It's the image of a kitchen and 3 steaks, and then what looks like a bone or bone marrow could very well be bone marrow, right? It was up last week. They took it down this week.
So who is taking it down?
The DOJ, the Department of Justice. But
And why? If they released everything, why are you now taking it back?
Because my assumption is that they thought Americans in the world were dumber than we are, and people are analyzing these images, knowing we can turn images into videos, knowing that there are hidden links in these images. Like in one image, you click on the link, you right click, there's a little blue dot, and you right click on it, and it takes you to Roblox.
Don't get me started on Roblox.
This is why I hate the ocean, because you're just trying to swim and having a good time with a little fish, and then a damn Chevy Suburban with gills pops up right behind you. That's a damn Suburban.
We've been doing this for thousands of years, since down to Adam's time. We take the children of our enemy, which is the white race, and we bring them to the basements in the synagogues, where we drain the blood and watch them die there. We mix it with a Passover bread, and so we eat the blood of our enemies. And the bodies, we give them to the slaughterhouses, and those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular things, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the goyim out here are really eating their children. And even when we say this outright and tell you people, you don't believe it. We grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular things, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the goyim out here are really eating their children.
Now, I had heard this rumor or this information. I heard this years ago, way back in the 90s, watching a documentary. I was a young kid, and I was watching a documentary, and the man on the video said, clear as day, America eats its own. America eats its own. I'm like, what? And the man was saying they put bodies in the food supply. They grind up meat and sell it to us, and that's where we get all our meat from. But there's another detail that made me graduate from church, because I noticed that that's the same routine we do. We drink the blood and we eat the body. Vampirism and cannibalism. Hey, that boy fast, man. Did you see his facial expression after he did it? Like, he know he cold.
The cannibalism, the babies.
The code words in the emails, literal emails of Epstein and Bill Gates. Like, these are known entities starting to talk about jerky. And then they're talking about the intestines of babies. They're talking about cream cheese. Like, I welcome anyone to prove me wrong, because I hope to fucking hell this is not true. But when we mentioned jerky, that was the more elite human meat, is what I'm interpreting this as. There were emails from people, redacted names again, saying, hey, I have 68 pounds of jerky in my freezer. I'm not sure what to do with it. There were emails of, I need more jerky. I'm going to send it to the lab. When he knew they were coming after him, they knew they were going to come arrest him. He ordered 330 gallons of sulfuric acid, which is
what?
Which is how you would dispose of babies. And there are mentions, and now Congress is actually speaking about it. They did this week, spoke about Zora Ranch and how there's so many mentions of bury them in Zora Ranch, leave them in Zora Ranch. Now that's 7,000 acres of land that Jeffrey Epstein owns in New Mexico. And it's actively working right now. And then just to add to that, the chef that was making the jerky, that was sending recipes, that was on the island, was Francis Derby.
Who's that?
Francis Derby owns the restaurant Cannibal.
What?
Yes.
Wait, there's a restaurant called Cannibal?
Cannibal and Cooking.
Is it actual cannibalism? No, it can't be. That'd be illegal. He'd be shut down.
But is it so tongue-in-cheek? Did they think they were so fucking smart that they could go that far?
I am pleased to present the new Hov bike.
Now I wonder why they call it a Huff bike when it's clearly a scooter.
Here's what's at the bottom of the Epstein rabbit hole.
Congratulations, you've made it to the bottom of the Epstein rabbit hole. Pay close attention. Jeffrey Epstein was on the board of directors for an organization called the Lifeboat Foundation. He was also on the board of directors for an organization called Teachers in Space. Look them both up. They actually exist. They have websites. They don't even try to hide what they're doing. The Lifeboat Foundation builds giant underground cities, okay? They openly advertise it, and for a fee and with an application letter, they might accept you to join their little society where they apparently have whole cities underground. They also advertise would take their clients off-world in the event of a catastrophe. And it's really interesting because Teachers in Space also talks about taking payloads off-world, which is all really weird, right? It gets even more interesting. You see, Donald Barr was the one who inducted Jeffrey Epstein with zero experience into the Dalton Institute, where he was a teacher. Donald Barr wrote a really interesting book called Relations in Space about an aristocratic elite trafficking children into space. Are you following me here? What's even weirder is the district attorney that was supposed to prosecute Jeffrey Epstein and bring him to justice was literally William Barr, Donald Barr's son. Now, the Lifeboat Foundation is really interesting because in 1996, they pioneered wireless money transfers. They're the second organization in the world to ever do this. This is a decade or two before Bitcoin even was a concept, right? So you got an organization that is doing wireless money transfers that are untraceable, large sums of money, and they're building giant underground infrastructures. It gets even weirder. I found out through looking on archive.org that Lifeboat Foundation has a homeless youth outreach program. And they used to have a whole station in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, and a whole board of people. They're all out of the Rhinelander, Wisconsin area. And they had this meeting in 2017, a homelessness problem solving meeting, right? So you have an organization that's interested in homeless youth, interested in wireless money transfers, and interested in underground infrastructure. I don't know if you guys heard about Sasha Riley, but he's telling the truth. He was trafficked by the Epstein elite. He was in snuff films that he survived, but he witnessed people get unalived. And what I'm telling you is it gets crazier. The reason why Epstein surrounded himself with a scientific elite is because he was doing human cloning and he was doing consciousness transferal and stuff like this. I swear to God, I know this gets crazy, but it's true. And what I'm telling you is he had celebrities down there. He had a cloning center down there. And I know because I was in some of these films. They're on the dark web. I'm in films on the dark web, okay? And what they're going to try to say is it's all AI because there's celebrities and stuff in it. It's not, all right? It's not AI.
None of that surprises me because every cartoon and every TV show that involves interplanetary travel, the lower class never has access to travel off planet. It's always the upper class, the top elite, that have access to interplanetary travel.
Abortion, that's very valuable. Umbilical cord, placenta, even your period blood is so rich with stem cells. We regard it as waste, and it actually should be. It should be captured as recycled, and it shouldn't go to waste. It's life for somebody,
Yeah.
And it's life for
George R. Bush.
No, the best eggs are 60 to 18 years old. Those are the best eggs.
16 to 18-year-olds.
Your eggs get weaker and weaker.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So you may not be our top candidate.
No, that's fine. That was my business anyway.
Super awkward conversation. Did you see the looks on those women's faces?
This is the one that I hate the most. Because this one scares the shit out of me. Because the fear of, we talked about this yesterday with Roger Avery, the fear of these literally demonic human beings that are running the world and don't give a fuck about human lives and enjoy watching people being tortured, enjoy watching people killed, participating in ritual sacrifice of people, and they do it in order to show that you're a part of a team. And we know that has always historically been a real thing, and it's been something that you look at in history, you go, God, it's so sick, it's so twisted, it's so disgusting, and everybody wants to think, thank God that's not happening now. But then when you realize that might have been happening now, here's one of the craziest ones. The day he was indicted in 2018, the very next day he ordered 330 gallons of sulfuric acid.
What?
Yes, he ordered 6 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid to be delivered to the island. And so there's a lot of people online saying, oh, that's probably for his desalination plant. It's probably a regular thing they need to order. So then someone else did a deep dive and said, no, this is the first time this was ever ordered.
I checked that again. I thought there was 2 other ones.
Oh, there was 2 other orders?
2017 and 2015.
Oh, so that guy was wrong.
The first one from that company, potentially.
Ah, that makes sense. So maybe it was for this desalination equipment. But also, that's a lot of sulfuric acid. If I needed 5 gallons for my desalination equipment, but 239 gallons, whatever it is, to burn kids. Yeah. To fucking get rid of bodies.
Well, it's kind of hard to think of any other use for acid, just in general. Right?
Immediately,
so
you think.
Immediately.
Yeah. The other orders, were they that large?
Let me check.
Because here's the other thing. How long has it been killing people? How long have they been boiling bodies to get rid of them? If you do have, for lack of better words, let's call it a service, where you allow rich people from foreign governments or whatever, you set it up. I can give you whatever you want.
Right.
Like what I want to do is I want to kill a hooker. I want to kill her, I want to torture her, and I want to get rid of the body. Ahmed bin Suleiman Sulayem sent the torture video to Epstein. This is in 2009. So Epstein was saying that. Where are you? Are you okay? I love the torture video.
Jeez.
I'm in China. I'll be in the U.S. second week of May. What the fuck, man? And why is his name redacted? Why would your name be redacted if you're not a victim? Like, this is what's crazy about all this. Like, how come you redact some people and you don't redact other people? Like, what is this? This is not good. None of this is good for this administration. It looks fucking terrible. It looks terrible. It looks terrible for Trump when he was saying that none of this was real. This is all a hoax. This is not a hoax. Like, did you not know? Maybe he didn't know, if you want to be charitable. But this is definitely not a hoax. And if you've got redacted people's names and these people aren't victims, you're not protecting the victims. So what are you doing?
Right.
And how come all this shit is not released?
I'm telling you, when you do research and go back through history, you'll find out that these type of activities happen all the time. But when you do your research, you also find out that it don't say nowhere that those type of activities stop.
One of the major revelations from the Epstein files is that Michael Jackson appears to have been framed by the very people who actually were doing the abusing of children. If you don't recall, in the 1990s, Michael Jackson was accused of sexually abusing specifically young boys. One case led to a civil settlement, which Jackson later said he wished he had not done. He wished he had fought it in court. Another did lead to a criminal trial, and he was acquitted on all charges. Here was his statement at the time asserting his unequivocal innocence.
I ask all of you to wait and hear the truth before you label or condemn me. Don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent. It was a nightmare, a horrifying nightmare. But if this is what I have to endure to prove my innocence, my complete innocence, so be it. Throughout my life, I have only tried to help thousands upon thousands of children to live happy lives. It brings tears to my eyes when I see any child who suffers. I am not guilty of these allegations, but if I am guilty of anything, it is of giving all that I have to give to help children all over the world. It is of loving children of all ages and races. It is of gaining sheer joy from seeing children with their innocent and smiling faces. It is of enjoying through them the childhood that I missed myself.
Okay. I get emotional watching that because I, too, was raised a Jehovah's Witness. So I have this connection with Michael Jackson about sort of a different type of childhood. So Clayton warns me not to get emotional about it. Now, the press used his friendship with child actor Macaulay Culkin as proof that he was this weirdo who had an inappropriate obsession with young boys. But recently, this clip of Culkin is going viral where he says that Jackson actually protected him from specifically going to the island.
Never forget that. Michael Jackson saved me from getting on a plane to that tiny island.
All right, Aaron Carter also said something similar. Here he is in 2016. Now recall he died in 2022, but he laid it out clearly that the FBI and his mother were trying to get him to say something because he was a child and he refused. Watch.
I have to tell you this, okay? So after I left the party, and the next day I smoked weed with Michael, and then I get in the limousine and I leave. I get back to the Sheraton Hotel at Universal over here. There's 4 FBI agents waiting for me in the hotel room. And my mom's there and she's like, tell them what happened. And I'm like, what do you mean tell them what happened? And I sit down with them and they all ask these super sexually exploiting, questions, backsided questions. And I knew that at my age already. And I looked at all 4 of them and I said, are y'all crazy? I said, what you think I'm gonna do? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that we can sue him for money? That's what I told him.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a plot to take MJ out. They didn't want Michael Jackson to be successful at all anymore. They wanted to strip his career because he was doing too much. You know what I mean? He was on that Jim Carrey agenda back in the day, exposing what it was. You know what I mean? They couldn't really control Michael Jackson like that. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson wasn't with that program, and that's why they was trying so hard to convince us that he was with that program.
Who was the leader? Who was the boss of the gang, of the cult?
At home, it was my nan.
Your nan, mate.
Yeah. Like goats and donkeys.
How many men?
What, at one time?
Yes.
About everyone who was there, which must have been about 20. From 10 to 20 people. If it was a big ceremony, it used to be 30.
What would your grandma be doing when these men were forcing themselves on you?
Usually laughing. Or smiling. Or other men.
A chronicle of debauchery and depravity so horrific it's hard to believe. You have to ask yourself, could Teresa be just making it up?
No. I know what's true and what's not. No, I know what I saw.
This couldn't be a terrible dream, a nightmare that you're reliving?
No. It's no dream. It's a nightmare, but it's not one you can wake up from. It's there all the time.
This really happened? You're quite sure of that?
Yeah.
During these ceremonies, was Satan, the devil, ever referred to?
He was called Lucifer.
What did they say about the devil, about Lucifer?
That killing the people made him happy.
Sacrifices to please the devil. According to Teresa, the worst rituals took place at a house, somewhere in the country.
It was big, expensive. From the front, it looked like a castle. It had a long drive and big double wooden doors.
Do you think they were rich people then?
Very rich. There was a tramp who was brought in once, and he was killed. He was cut from his throat down to his stomach. And they ate him, or bits of him.
They killed a man at a ceremony?
Yeah.
In front of you?
Yeah, in front of all of us.
Did the tramp, did this man fight back?
No, I think he was, drunk or something. He seemed really dopey. He was laughing a lot when he was brought in. And he started screaming when they began to cut. But after a while, he died. I'd seen a few killings before then. Well, I wasn't used to it. That was the worst one. I really don't know what I thought. I suppose I thought, thank God it's not me.
Let me get this right now. Are you saying that you saw more than one person killed in that house?
Yeah. I've seen loads of babies killed there. Just newborn babies. Or aborted ones, which were only small. 4-year-olds. Any age, really.
Did they ever say they might kill you?
They threatened to kill my little girl, who, when I left, was still at the house.
A friend?
Huh?
What little girl?
My little girl, Alex. She's about 4 now.
You mean you had a child?
Yeah.
How old were you when you had that child?
11.
Motherhood?
What would happen to the fetuses, the unborn babies?
I used to be taken away most of the time, and one time a baby was taken out of me and then killed in front of me because it was still alive.
And then, what would happen?
Well, after they killed it, they would eat it. Well, we were also made to eat it.
You were made to eat your own fetus?
Yeah.
Who made you do this?
My nan.
Did you ever try to run away? You must have been frightened.
A couple of times I did, but my uncle, he caught me and brought me back.
Going to the police? Did that occur to you?
No. I thought it was normal, even though I didn't like it. It was never any different. I didn't have nothing to compare it to. They had a tub, pretty big, I don't know. A fairly big tub, and they used to put the bodies and bones in there. And then there was nothing left. Well, they didn't seem to be, but when they cleared it out, there used to be a sludge at the bottom.
Also witnessed a 9-day-old baby being slaughtered for human sacrifice.
Audrey Harper. She spent 5 years in a satanic cult before she escaped.
Why did they kill that baby? Why sacrifice a child?
Satan likes pure sacrifice, and human sacrifice is better than animal sacrifice, so they are pleasing the master. Warlock, the master. The high priest of the coven.
Married to the devil, is that what it meant?
Yes, only, there's no ceremony. But the act of unity completes my initiation ceremony. I now belong mind, body and soul to Satan.
Married to the devil. A consistent pattern, it seems. Audrey, when she was 22. Teresa, when she was a little girl.
They used to marry the kids to Lucifer. So that we were part of him, We were his.
Did that include you? Were you married to the devil?
Yeah. He used to be, and it was just like a marriage in a church, but different words,
What were you taught about Lucifer?
Just that we should, be his friend, treat him as a friend. And that he's always there if we ever need him.
Why do they do such wicked things in these cults?
Because they're pleasing Satan. The lower you become, the more vile you become, the more pleased Satan is with you, and therefore the more power you'll get when you die.
And they believe this?
They believe it. They absolutely believe it.
And you see how old this footage look? Like, how long y'all known about this and just been letting it ride? You know what I mean? Y'all just acting like y'all wasn't cool with it right now. But y'all been cool with this, man. Y'all been letting this go. All these so-called whistleblowers that's been putting this out over the years and y'all know nothing, get the fuck out of here.
I will say, people used to call you fucking crazy 2 or 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, they were calling me. I told everybody that they do make sacrifices and they are eating babies, and it's sad to say, but somebody needs to say it. And I feel like we got all these cowards in the world that are celebrities that will stand up for anything, but that before it was like, you're crazy, Ryan, but now that the files were showing that they have these code words and they're saying these things that may be referring to them eating people, may not, you know. I'm all with whatever protest, but like, you can't even protest about this. Like, what is everybody really scared of? It's like, at this point, it's like, if nobody's gonna be a voice, I'm always gonna be a voice to it.
And it's
but
just,
any chance I have to speak against it, I will.
But
release all the files.
Oprah has spoken out in regards to the Epstein files. Check this out.
And so to hear people say things that are just crazy, like I'm a part of a cabal and there's a whole conspiracy with children, that stuff makes me sad. It makes me sad more than anything that people would believe it. And, you know, it's taken me a long time to get to the point that I'm not, you know, I don't feel hurt by it. I don't feel personally hurt by it. But now I know we live in a world where it's going to be magnified.
Well, Oprah, this child conspiracy has proven to be true thanks to the Epstein files. And your name is mentioned over 100 times in those files. Now, whether or not you were involved in these crimes with Epstein, still to be determined. However, we haven't forgot about this. This man, named the John of God, who you promoted on your show and called a spiritual healer. Yeah, you had a pretty close relationship with this man and you endorsed him. This man who is now behind bars for the rest of his life. For what, you might ask? For running a baby farm in Brazil where he held women hostage, raped them, abused them, forced them to have babies, and sold those babies on the black market. Yeah, Oprah, your case isn't looking so good. It blows my mind when these people try to play dumb and act like these claims are just ridiculous. You know about this stuff, Oprah. You had a satanic family on your show who confessed that they come from a line of people who sacrifice babies for blood rituals to Satan. You know what's going on, Oprah. You've been exposed to this a long time ago. It's judgment time, and may God expose it all and bring everybody to accountability. They're trying to scrub this episode from Oprah off the internet, but I have a copy of it preserved. If you want to check this episode out, head over to my Patreon page where you can view the uncensored version of this video. Head over, subscribe, and I'll see you guys there. God bless.
Come on, Oprah. Get the fuck out of here. We already know you with the shit. We've been knowing you been with the shit, man. With everybody. We know you on all type of shit. You like the elite's little street bitch. You know what I mean? Like they put you out here so you can go be nosy and poking everybody's business and like manipulate the media with your platform. Oprah, you really ain't shit, bitch.
I will show you how to read these diary entries of a child in the Epstein files. Instead of reading from left to right, we basically go down and then diagonally up. Down, diagonally up. So we have THE, the game stopped, but not in a way I thought. This is a diary of a child that has been forced to be pregnant by Jeffrey Epstein multiple times and keeps writing in this weird code in her diary so that they can't easily find out what she's talking about. And I recognized this code immediately because I used it too when I was her age. She's talking about being in a pool of blood, being in a lot of pain, screaming. And here we have another example. We have this cutout from a magazine about America Online. And she's basically saying that company doesn't protect kids. They use it to find us. And they are everywhere. I can't escape. This entire file is obviously of a young child and it's absolutely horrible. You can go check it yourself.
You know what I mean? You could tell these babies done been super exposed and violated to the point where they gotta write letters in code and even going so far to expose the hidden agendas of certain companies at the time, like AOL. How old is America Online? How long y'all known about this, man? And ain't did nothing? Why now? Well, all right, y'all, that's all the time I got for y'all right now, but make sure you keep it locked to Concept Vibe, because I'm gonna keep it coming like running water. Other than that, big shouts out to all my content creators, my digital neighbors, my virtual family. Because it's a wrap on this one. But we can link up on the next one. Till then, we shine like one sun, because everybody is everyone. Concept.
Welcome to the Concept Vibes.